When you don't have anything to give to yourself, now there's nothing in the bucket to give to anybody else. Now people are going to stop coming to you because you are not giving the vibration, the energy that they are operating at. 6 years ago, I decided to change my life using manifestation. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing how to become a master manifester. When I started investing in myself, I wanted to learn from the best teachers in the world. So I bought books, I bought courses, I went to workshops, and here are the 5 lessons that I learned that helped me to go from working at soul-sucking jobs, being broke, depressed, and lonely, to having a full-time business and living my dream life. So the first lesson that helped me to manifest my dream life is disconnection. When I first started learning about manifestation, I was so connected with the reality I was living in that I did not see any hope that I would be able to come out of it. So the lesson that I had to learn was to disconnect from that reality I was living in. So let's say if you're living in a reality where you are broke and you're depressed, everything that you do, your actions, your behaviors, your thoughts, your feelings, it's gonna reflect that brokenness and that loneliness that will bring more of the similar. And the reason you feel that is because you're not connected with yourself. Because if you were connected with yourself, you had clarity. So the first thing that I want you to do is to find clarity, because this person, that is you, so this person needs to have clarity in life. Because in order to find the solution, you need to first find the problem. And with the clarity, you are going to find that problem. And the simple psychological way how you can do that is by breaking this identity. Now, when you would break this identity, which means now you're not relating to being broke or being depressed or any other challenge you're going through, now suddenly there are no walls. Now you are open to think, you're open to feel any emotions, you're open to dream anything you want. Here we are doing two things. We are disconnecting from the reality that we are living in, but we are connecting with ourselves. Those are two different things. And when you would start channeling and tuning back to yourself, you're going to slowly see that you are not being bothered by your reality. Your thoughts are different, your emotions are different, because you know that everything that is happening is temporary. Now, if you can come to this realization that everything is temporary, you're instantly enlightened. And now you're not limited by your circumstances or your situation. You are limitless. And recognizing that I had that inner power was the first step for me to really recognize that I can create my reality and I don't have to play the victim. The second lesson that I had to learn was the art of non-doing. If you want to become a master manifestor, you need to learn when to stop and when to go. I see many people making this mistake, and I used to do the same thing, is I would always keep taking action, keep doing something, because I was not seeing results, which means I was not feeling the emotion, I was not feeling that happiness, that success. So I thought I had to continue doing, because it's not here yet. But what I understood in my experience in manifestation is that from the beginning, which is you, and let's say you want to go here, this is your success. When you take action, let's say here you are taking action, you're taking action, you're learning, you are doing inner work, you are also like taking physical action as well. Now there is a little bit gap. You need to let that gap happen, because when you allow things to happen, which means now there are a lot of things that are happening here. You have faith in the universe, or if you believe in anything, or let's say in the quantum realm, you have belief, you have that faith that it is going to happen because you have done your part. Now you let go of the control, which means now there is no resistance. Now you're also happy to step into the unknown as well. You're not trying to control everything. You are not trying to like, again, action, or maybe I need to also, ask people to follow me, ask people to like me. In my case, when I post a video, I ask you once or twice to leave a comment or like the video, because it really helps the video to go to a wider audience if you find it helpful. But then after that, I don't do that. If I continue doing that, which means now I'm being needy. It's the same thing if you're dating someone and this person is always asking for your attention, always saying like, please, 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 be here, be with me. You're gonna get uncomfortable. You're going to find a reason to not date this person. And if you are being that person with the universe, with the energy, or with your success is doing the same to you. Your success is telling you that, why are you being so needy? I will be there. I will meet you in the middle. You do your part, I do my part, and then we'll meet. And that's where your faith, your confidence, all of those things would come in. And I remember really struggling with that part for a long time because I was not confident. I was scared. I was not 100% sure that I will manifest my dream life or not. When I was working at those toxic jobs, I did not 100% know that if I would be able to make videos and just live my life. Next lesson is all about your emotional health, because your emotional health is everything. And let's just look at this map of consciousness by David R. Hawkins. Again, it's not the perfect graph, but you would be able to understand. Here we have different stages. We have the survival stage and we have the spiritual stage, or you can call it survival paradigm and spiritual paradigm. Now, if you are vibrating at a lower frequency, which means you are, let's say you're broke, you are depressed, you are lonely, you are frustrated, you are angry, you are in a survival state. And now I want you to reflect on your life, close your eyes, pause this video if you want, and think about all the emotions that you're feeling on a day-to-day basis. If your emotions are negative, which means you are, oh, there's a mosquito. You are inviting more survival in your life because you are operating from this survival state. And being angry, being depressed, being broke is going to continue feeding the algorithm with the same information. And now, to go to the spiritual paradigm, we have to tune into higher vibration, into more positive emotions. We have to go from being hopeless to hope. We have to go to the love vibration. We have to go to the contentment emotions. We have to then slowly and gradually, then we go in creativity. We go in, we take action. Now we are excited. Then we go in that enlightened state where you have full faith. You don't even question that whatever you're doing, what the action that you're putting out, it's gonna come back in your life. So we want to create our life. We want to have experiences that bring love, that bring contentment, that bring gratitude, that bring all those higher vibrations in our life. If you think that you need to change your friend circle, if you need to meet new people, if you just need to be by yourself because your environment is not helping you, you need to do that. Because the next point that I'm going to talk about is also very crucial. So make sure you stay till the end, because everything that I'm talking about is going to help you to really master the art of manifestation. And if you can take all these lessons and immerse yourself into them, it will become a part of your identity. And once it's a part of your identity, which means now there's no going back. So there are a few things that you can do that can help you to go from survival state to that spiritual state. And how you're going to do that? Number one, you're going to calm yourself down. When you are in survival state, which means, I have talked about this before as well, but if you are watching this video for the first time, I'm going to explain it again. Your sympathetic nervous system is activated. And when your sympathetic nervous system is activated, which means you're always going to be in a survival state. And this happens when you are being chased by a bear, or you are preparing for an interview, or something that is really crucial, that is really important to you. And that brings out that fear, right? So this is your fear state. And it is an important part of our evolution, but if you continue to stay here, you're going to continue staying in the survival state. To go to the spiritual state now, we have to activate our parasympathetic nervous system. And how you are going to do that? You can practice meditation, you can do a relaxation meditation, you can do activities that can put you in a state of ease, state of stillness, state of gratitude. I want you to maybe write down a list of 5 to 10 things every day that you can be grateful for, that you're happy about, that you're excited about, because that's going to put you directly into that the spiritual paradigm, because now your parasympathetic nervous system is activated. And when you have hope, when you have love, when you have that gratitude, which means you're already feeling at ease, right? You're not in fear. Another thing that you can do is to create, because when you are creating, you're in the present. You are giving all your awareness, your attention, your energy to that particular project that you're doing. So whatever your goal is, whatever your vision is, I want you to start taking action, start creating something. It doesn't have to be creating like a YouTube video, you know. It can just be creating a routine, creating a ritual, creating a meditation practice, cleaning your house, you know, organizing your space in a new way to bring fresh energy. It can be anything, because when you are doing all of those things, it's going to generate a different kind of feeling, different kind of emotion. Now your thoughts would be different. Let's say even if you reorganize your space, now you're gonna probably find like an empty space where you're gonna think like, I think I can put something new there. Maybe I can buy something new that can also help me to feel something different. Now, instead of always thinking about that survival state, always thinking about I don't have money, I don't have a partner, I am broke, I'm depressed, now your mind is focusing on other things that are, if not positive, are more neutral. If this is helpful, please leave a comment, because this really helps me to reach a wider audience. So I would really appreciate that. Treat your life as a journey with GPS. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's say if you want to go from Canada to Costa Rica, which I do want to go. Now, if you don't even know how to go there, because this is your destination, you're never going to reach there. So instead of Costa Rica, you might end up in Mexico, which is again great, or Cuba, again great, right? So the reason you want to have that GPS, you want to know everything, how you're going to go there. Of course, you're going to go in a plane. But most of the people don't have clarity. They might know that they want to achieve certain amount of money, but they never really plan out their whole journey, that how they are going to do that. That first they are going to save money, then they're going to invest money, and then they are going to have that dream amount. And whatever you want to do in your life, I want you to pay close attention to this GPS. Always have that GPS with you, and how you are going to have a life with more precise directions. And here, I'm not saying that you have to know every single detail about your life. If you are that person, you can do that. But what I want is, if even if I take a detour, my GPS is going to guide me to come back to the route. And that is totally connected with your values. A lot of the time we do things, we work at places that are not aligned with our values, and we only do that for our survival, because we are in the survival state. And the reason you want to know what your values are, so that you can take aligned actions. And let's say your value is freedom, your value is love, connection. Now, everything you do, that has to go through these values. You can ask questions. If I am, let's say, starting a business, is this going to give me the freedom that I want? Is this going to reflect the love that I need? If you're going in a relationship, if you're going to find more friends, you have a friend circle, is it giving you the connection that you need, or is it separating everybody? And most people don't know what their values are, and that's why they do things that they don't want to do. And as a result of that, then they get depressed, they get lonely, they are not able to make money, they are living the same reality, same life for years and years, because they are never clear on the values. They are keep doing things that are not aligned with the values, which you probably don't know yet. And then you end up thinking, why I'm not able to find success, why I'm never happy at my job, because you keep finding the similar opportunities, same jobs, same people. You're always living in a similar reality. And for that, you need to change your patterns, your beliefs, your habits, your routines, which we have already covered. And when you have your GPS, all you have to do is to travel and enjoy the views, make a stop, take a break, and that's it. Rest, you don't do anything. So I want you to take time and write down your values. Maybe you want to come up with 10 values or 15 values or even 5 values. And then think about your goals again, think about your vision again, and see if what you are trying to manifest is aligned with your values. One of the biggest lessons that I had to learn was to be selfish. Now, a lot of people might not agree with me, but the reason you want to be selfish is you want to prioritize your life first before you prioritize someone else's life. And the reason I say that is because I used to do that. I used to always think about other people. I used to always think about my family, my friends, my partner, but I was always unhappy. And every time I wanted to help them, I did not feel good. Even though I did, I was never happy. So that was the lesson that I had to learn, that in order for me to be happy, first I have to prioritize my life. I have to figure things out. I have to be independent. I have to be financially secure, safe. I have to be the person and be the energy that I want to put out in the world. So if right now you are prioritizing other people, even if it's your family, even if it's your friends, it can be anything, or even your partner, I want you to take a moment and think about it. I'm not saying be selfish from today. I want you to think about it. I want you to reflect. I want you to sit with this question for some time. Why you want to be selfish for yourself? And now what I'm going to explain that might help. If let's say this is your bucket of love. If your bucket of love is only this much filled, and there are other people, they're like, give me love. This person is also saying, give me love as well. You give a little bit of that to this person. You give a little bit of that to that person. Now, you don't have anything to give to yourself. And when you don't have anything to give to yourself, now there's nothing in the bucket to give to anybody else. Now people are going to stop coming to you because you are not giving the vibration, the energy that they are operating at. And if you don't have anything, you might attract people who also don't have anything to give. And this is such an important lesson to learn also in terms of your relationships. You want to have your bucket full with love. Even there is this person comes, you give some love to this person, you give some love to this person, you still have so much. There's so much in the pool. In a way, you have unlimited amount. And what will happen, even let's say you give a lot of love to people, or even if it's money, or even if it's care, your attention, your energy, whatever it is, you are here, you still have enough. By this point, you know that there's always a flow of abundance that is going to keep coming back to you, because the more you give, the more you receive, or the more you receive, the more you give. If you are breaking that cycle, which means then there's going to be some kind of disruption in the flow. But if you really believe in that, and this is the lesson that I had to learn, if I have more, I can help more people. If I can get 500 views, if I can get 1,000 views, if I can do this full time, which now I'm able to do it, I know that now instead of just, let's say, giving advice on my podcast, I can also do YouTube. Now I can reach more people. I can help more people. This is the mentality that you want to have, which is also an altruistic approach to your life. You want to always think about how can I benefit life? But before you benefit life, how you can benefit yourself. There is a really beautiful practice in Buddhism called loving kindness, where you give love to yourself, you give love to your friends, you give love to your family, you give love to all beings. But I like to start with myself. May I be happy. Guri, may you be wealthy. May you be kind. May you be loved. Then I would move on to my family, my friends, my partner, my all sentient beings, my audience. In that way, now I'm always full because I am always giving that love to myself as well. And this is a little case study that I did once where I did not do any of these practices. And I remember within 3 to 4 days, I was grumpy. I was more selfish for other reasons. I had less empathy and I was more frustrated. So, the secret to become a master manifester, you want to be happy. Happiness is the feeling you want to have more of, because once you are happy, now you are willing to do way more than you think that you have the power. I hope this was helpful, and if you're listening this on my podcast, it would mean the world to me if you would follow my podcast and rate my show.